Today we'll be discussing trusses. Trust consists of actually stressed member connected from end to end and organized so that the assemblage as a whole behaves as a single object transmitting the loads to the support structure. It's either beam or columns. Here are some of the example of trusses. So they might be used sa mga bridges, okay, sa mga roof, ito yung trusses natin. Ito yung truss din. And ang support nito class, as you can see here, is composed of trusses din. Ayan. So ito dito, naka-support siya sa column. Okay. So this is also a truss, which is supported dito. Ayan. And we have here a truss. And dito naman, yung trusses natin, ito. Okay. So it acts as a single structure, which will transmit a load to the supporting beams or columns. So we have common types of truss used for roofs, and they can be Fink truss, Rat, Hoey truss, and Warren truss. Ayan. So yung differences lang nila is based on how we put the members, kung paano natin sila nilagay, how we form the whole structure. We can also use truss for bridges. So yung Pratt truss ulit. Okay? So Hoey truss, and Warren, Kay, and Baltimore. However, though we have different type of trusses, isa lang naman ang goal natin dito. Now is to solve the support reactions and to identify the forces on each member. Ano yung mga forces niya? Internal forces, experiences by this member. So for bridges, paano nagkakaroon ng ganito, no? Sa truss kasi ganyan siya. Ayan. So yun. Hanggang doon. Sa roof, I mean. However, for bridge, paano nagkakaroon ng ganito? So for bridge, ito siya. So sa magkabilaang side, nakapatong yung mga main truss natin. So from the deck of a bridge, the slab will transmit the load to the stringers. Ito yung stringers natin. Yan, yung mga pahalang na yan. And then, the stringers will transmit the load to the crossbeam. Itong crossbeam na yan, yun yung nagko-connect nung dalawang truss. So, dito sa isang side, and ito sa side na to. So now, the load will be transmitted to the joint. Ang tawag natin dito, class, mga joint. Okay, the load will be transmitted to the joint. The crossbeam transmit loadings to the bridge. Okay, to the truss joint. On the bridge, to the truss joints. Meaning, we are analyzing the truss with the load, okay, only doon sa mga, okay, dyan lang no? Dyan lang nag-a-act yung mga forces sa mga joint lang. Okay? So, wala tayo ditong uniform load, walang distributed load. So, purely concentrated lang, acting on every joint. Diyan lang sila nag-a-act. Okay? So, that's how we analyze trusses. Concentrated load lang. So, we have two types, force types in truss members. Again, our goal here is to identify the forces on each members, whether it is compression or a tension member. So, a tension member, yung force mo class, ay palayo doon sa point or doon sa cutting section mo. Palayo doon. Okay, so ito yung point, palayo yung force doon. That is a tension force. And it yields or it causes a member to elongate para humaba yung member. However, a compressive force is concentrated to the joint or rather towards the joint yung direction niya. Towards the joint yung direction ng force. It causes shortening of the member. Okay, tandaan na papunta lagi sa joint yung force. So here are the methods of truss analysis. So first is the method of joints. So actually, we already met this method of joints nung nag-analysis tayo ng cable. So when you say method of joints, it is just analyzing its joint and drawing its free body diagram. For example, at joint B, let's say the force here is away from that joint. Again, away from the joint is a tension force away from the joint. Let's say we analyze it as a tension, we draw the free body diagram of joint B, no? Analyzing joint B only. And then we also have, let's say we assume that the force at BC is compression, and this is the free body diagram of joint B. Now, if you assume that BCM is compression, dapat sa joint C, compression din siya. Tandaan, class, that the force on member BC is only 1. 1 lang yan yung force dyan. But it may act in different direction. Depends on the joint that you are analyzing. For joint B, it acts compression. For joint C, it also acts as compression. Pero, di ba, towards nga to the joint, yung acting ng compression. So, pababa siya dito, sa joint B pataas. Again, you can only see this force by method of joints. Mga internal forces kasi yan. Okay, kung sa BA is a tension, dapat get palayo siya doon sa joint at A. Okay? So, let's say you assume that this is compression force naman si si AC towards joint A. Dapat compressive din siya towards joint C. Yan. And this is upward. Let's say we have here a reactions at the support. So we draw the free body diagram, no, including the reactions at the supports. So we also have here vertical and horizontal component. And that's how we draw the free body diagram of each joint of the truss using the method of joints. We also have a method of sections. So method of sections, okay, you are cutting the section. Let's say you have here a very long truss. So what's the purpose of method of sections? Let's say you have here a very long truss. Yan. Method of sections will allow you to solve all member forces. Halimbawa, you want to identify the member BC, member AB, and member C. Kasi lahat ng joint ay dadaanan mo. Okay, however, if you only want to solve a certain member, for example, ito lang ang gusto mo ma-solve, so what are you going to do is to cut the section along that. Ayan, ikakat mo yun. Okay, kung saan ka nag-cut, yun lang yung mga lalabas na forces. Let's say, dito ka lang nag-cut, ito lang yung mga lalabas na forces. Okay, you assume, so ganito naman yung class, yung direction ng tension or compression. Let's say this is the cutting section. If the force is away from the cutting section, so doon ka nakatingin sa cutting section, class. If the force is away from the cutting section, that is a tension. If the force is away from the cutting section, this is also a tension. If the force is towards the cutting section, and that is a compressive force. So we have two methods, no, to analyze the member forces on each member. Okay, but we will only focus on method of joints. Okay, so method of joints lang tayo mag-focus muna, no, for this meeting. Okay, so here are the assumptions in truss analysis. All members are straight. Dapat straight to, class. All loads are applied and transmitted at joints. Lahat ng loads ay nandito lamang sa joints. All members are joined by pin joints connected only at one end of each member. So they are pin connected. When we say pin, para siyang internal pin na walang moment. Okay, therefore, kapag pinat mo yan dyan, sa point na yan, walang moment. So end-to-end walang moment. Okay, kung end-to-end ng bakal mo ay walang moment. Walang moment dito, walang moment. Therefore, okay, yung buong length niya ay wala ring moment. Okay? Walang moment din ito, itong bakal na to dito. As you try to cut the section, sabi dito, So therefore, no moment acts at the end supports. It only consists an entirely of two force members. Hence, the member are always actually loaded. As you try to cut this section, so it only consists of two forces, vertical and horizontal component. However, hindi tayo ganyan mag-analyze sa trusses. Dapat member forces. Ito, gagamitin natin yung resultant. Yung resultant ng vertical at horizontal component is acting parallel doon mismo sa member. Andi dito yung mga forces natin. Okay? So, the force is only acting doon mismo sa length of the member. They might be tension or compression. Okay? So, can contain zero force member. So, possible yung ating ina-analyze ay zero force member, walang load na kinukuha. So, halimbawa ito, walang load, zero lang yung force dyan. Okay, zero lang yung force dyan. So, can contain, no? Paano natin malalaman? Without solving, no? Malalaman natin, class, yung zero force member or walang force yung member na yon by just looking at the structure. Ito, class, no? So, dito, sabi dito sa problem na to or sa figure na to, itong dalawa, tsaka ito, are zero force member. So, paano kaya nalaman yan? And then what's the purpose of identifying which of the following are zero force member? So, ano ba yung purpose nun? So, ang purpose ng zero force member class is to reduce the number of unknowns. For example, so we want to identify all of the member forces. Ano yung member force ni AB? Ni AF? Ni AB? Ito, ano mga member force niyan? Okay? Paalamin natin yan. Ayun, instead of knowing all of those member forces, just look, no, doon sa structure natin. Baka naman may zero force member, automatic alam mo na agad yung sagot, zero. Halimbawa, determine the member force EF. Kung zero force member siya, edi zero na sagot mo. So can we identify that? Two members. Okay, zero force member, two members meeting at unloaded joint. Mga joint ang tawag natin dito, class. When you say unloaded joint, walang nakakonect na load dyan. Okay. Yung reaction sa support can be also considered as load. So, load din siya. Yung mga reaction sa support. Load yan. Now, dapat yung joint din to, class, yung sa support. Dapat yung joint ay dalawa lang nakakonect, then unloaded. So, you can see here, ito yon, joint T and joint A. Okay. Yung mga joint na yan, dalawa lang yung nakakonect. And therefore, these are zero force member. Yung sagot dyan, tinanong ka, what is the force at member ED, that is equal to 0. Member DC, that is also equal to 0. Lahat na nakakonect, or yung dalawang member na nakakonect doon sa joint na unloaded, 0 na agad yan, class. Another one is, ito, walang load yung joint na yan, dalawa yung nakakonect na member, 0 na agad ito. Okay? If this is zero member ED, parang wala na tong bakal na to, class. Parang wala na tong bakal na yan. Okay. Parang wala talagang dulot sila sa system. Okay. Maybe dinagdag lang sila for aesthetic purposes, pero wala talaga silang dulot. Okay. So, overall, we have 4. Okay. For this figure, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 zero force member. 4. How about this figure? Okay, ano yung case number 2 natin? Case number 2, a third member connected to two collinear members in an unloaded joint. Unloaded joint ulit. So, dapat may two collinear members. Pag sinabing collinear, ito yung joint na unloaded. Pag sinabing collinear, itong force dito at saka force na to are collinear. Member force are collinear. Now, may third member na nakakonect dyan. Itong third member is already zero force member. Ito rin, yung joint C. Okay? May member force dito, may member force dyan, and then may third member na nakakonect. So that is 0, automatically equal to 0. So meaning ito ay may dalawang zero force member. Okay? So case 1 and case 2 lang ang tatandaan nyo for you to identify the zero force member. And that's before you analyze a certain structure, you have to identify first the number of zero force member para mababawasan, no? Dito kasi ang step number 3 mo diyan, okay? Halimbawa pag nag-method of joints ka, kailangan mong i-solve yung mga forces on each members. Okay? So here are the steps. Identify the support types and assume support reactions by drawing the free body diagram. Compute the support reactions, katulad ng ginagawa natin sa beam. Use applicable approach. Method of joints. Ginagamit lang si method of joints if you really want to identify all the member forces kapag lahat. However, for method of sections, kapag kapili lang yung unknowns or yung hinahanap sa'yo, then you will apply the equilibrium equations. Then check the computed values. May pang-check tayo dito guys ha. So therefore, never kang magkakamali kung gagawin mo tong checking na to. Okay? So dalawa lang yung zero force member dyan. So let's try, no? Let's try to identify the number of zero force member in this given truss. Okay? For this problem, okay, let's try to count the number of zero force member using case 1 and case 2. Yun lang naman ang kailangan. Okay, case 1, may joint na unloaded, may dalawang member na nakakonect. Okay, 0 na to and 0 na to. Anyway, pakita rin natin yung reaction sa support. Kasi mag-a-act din yan as a load baka mamaya. Okay, masabi nyo na ang joint na to ay walang acting na force. Ito, force yan. Okay? So ano pa? Joint B. Okay? Walang load na nakakonect dyan. And then two member force are connected. So 0 na yan, class. Kung 0 na to si DE, okay, 0 na siya, class. Therefore, yung point E, ilan na lang ang nakakonect? Dalawa na lang, class. Kasi 0 na to, parang wala na siyang bilang. Okay, dalawa na lang, which is na-satisfy yung case number 1. So, a joint ay may dalawang nakakonect na member, which is 0. Unloaded tong joint na to. At joint F, tatlo pa rin yung nakakonect dyan, so we cannot use case number 1. At joint C, okay, may dalawang nakakonect, pero may isang load. Okay? Dalawang nakakonect, pero may nakaload. So, we cannot use case number 1. However, balikan natin yung case number 2. Case number 2 ay may dalawang member forces na collinear and yung third one ay zero force member. Ganito yung case dito, class. Parang may dalawa kang member force na collinear. Okay, si FC and the reaction at C or CY, this is CY, may collinear force ka and collinear, ibig sabihin they are acting on the same line. And meron kang isang member dito na nakakonect sa joint na yon. Therefore, that is automatically equal to 0. Okay? So actually, yan na lang, no? Kung ito ay joint B, tas may tatlong nakakonect, so walang 0 dyan. Sa joint F, may tatlong nakakonect, so walang 0 din dyan. Wala dyang collinear member. Sa joint G, may nakaload dyan. Ayan, dapat unloaded lang yung joint. Sa joint B, so tatlo pa rin yung unknown. Sa joint A, so may nakaload dyan, may dalawa nakakonect. Okay, so therefore, yan lang yung mga zero force member dito, which is equal to 7 member forces. Zero member force. Okay, zero force member. 7 ang sagot natin. How about this figure? Do we have case 1 here? Do we have case 1? May joint ba tayo na dalawa lang member ang nakakonect? Wala, no? Ito kasi class, itong joint na 'to, hindi dalawa lang naka-connect. Hindi siya unloaded dahil force here is considered as load. Yan. Ito rin may load dito. So, ganito yung load diyan. Okay? So, walang case 1 dito. How about case 2? Let's try to look for collinear members or collinear forces. So, ito class collinear 'to. Ito dito. At joint P. So, therefore, the third member is 0. Asan pa yung mga collinear? At okay, may collinear din dito class. Itong force GA and force GF. Since itong third member niya ay pangatlo na siya, no? Hindi na pang-apat, hindi na dahil 0 na to class. So, parang wala lang tong GP. Okay, we can just treat it equal to 0. Okay, so at joint G, tatlo na lang ang nakakonect dyan class, ha? Okay, so ito na lang ang nakakonect dyan. Isa, dalawa, tatlo. However, this is collinear. These forces are collinear, therefore, 0 na to. At joint C tayo, at joint C. Okay? At joint C, may collinear ulit, at may third member na nakakonect. Therefore, yung third member na yun is 0 na. At joint F, may collinear ulit. Okay, yung third member, 0 na yon. Okay? So, joint E kaya. Meron tong force dito. So, wala tayong masi-0 dyan. Even point A, wala diyang masi-0, may dalawang nakakonect. Even point D, wala na rin diyang masi-0. Pero ito 0 na to kanina. So, 0 rin yan dito sa D. Okay, kung 0 siya dito, 0 rin yan dito, class. And for this, meron lang tayong apat na zero force members. Okay? So, do you have any question, guys? Okay, so those are zero force member. Walang question, we can proceed with the next topic. Hindi man natin mag-analysis, no? We will first I'll discuss first yung mga first thing to do bago kayo mag-analyze. Okay, una, no, dapat alam mo yung mga zero force member, and aside from that, you know the degree of indeterminacy or the statical determinacy of the trusses. So what do we mean by statical determinacy? Remember, nung nag-solve tayo ng beams, meron dong cases or dapat yung number of unknowns natin ay hanggang 3 lang kasi meron lang tayong 3 equilibrium equations. Dapat 3 lang yung maximum unknown. Same din yan sa trusses. Okay? We can check kung kaya nating ma-solve yan. Kasi pagka yung sobrang dami ng unknown, no, even sa 3 equilibrium equations, we cannot solve yung support reactions sa trusses. Same thing doon yan sa trusses, no? If sobrang dami ng unknown, we cannot solve. Yun. So, paano natin malalaman kung solvable ba yung trusses na ibibigay sa atin? So, we have 3 cases here. So, first is unstable, meaning ng stable class ay magko-collapse yung structure, guguho. Okay. Indeterminate, stable ito class, stable yung structure. However, sobrang dami ng unknown. Stable pa rin to class, si determinate, pero Okay, indeterminate class is both stable and determinate. They are both stable. Pero itong determinate, kayang-kaya nating i-solve 'to. Okay? Under statics, kayang-kaya nating i-solve. Itong indeterminate class, maso-solve pa natin 'to pagdating natin ng theory of structures. Sa theory pa yan natin maso-solve yan. Dito ang focus lang natin is determinate trusses. So how can we identify if that is unstable, indeterminate, or determinate? So you just have to compare the M plus R versus the 2N. M is the number of members of your truss, R is the number of reactions, N is the number of joints. Okay, if that is less than, that is unstable, greater than is indeterminate, equal to is determinate. Equal yung left and right side of the equation. Okay, so M plus R, no, you have to compare that with 2N. So let's try to solve this problem. Again, the formula is M plus R. And then you have to compare that with 2N. N is the number of joints. M is the number of members. Okay, compare lang natin yan. Bilangin natin yung number of member. Member is end-to-end of the joint. Okay, so isang member to class, end-to-end. Pangalawa, bibilangin lang natin kung ilan yung bakal or yung member. No? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 members. Okay, 20 plus the number of reactions. For reactions, we have vertical component of the reaction here. That is a roller support or rocker. So dito dalawa. So therefore, the number of reactions is equal to 3. Then we are going to compare that with 2 times the number of joints. Ilan ba yung joints? So joints, ito yun. Kasama yung kung nasaan yung support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Kung nasaan yung connections, those are joints. So, ilan na bilang natin? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So, we have a total of 12 joints. And obviously, this is 23 less than 24. Okay. Less than yan. 23 less than 24. Therefore, this is what type of structure? That is okay, unstable structure. Okay. This is unstable structure. Pag less than. Okay? So, unstable ang structure natin. How about this one? Okay, let's try to solve this. Let's count the number of members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members lang siya. Kasi ito isa lang bilang isa lang din bilang nito. So 8 members, 8 plus the number of reactions. How many reactions? This is a hinge support. So dalawang reaction dyan. Hinge support. So 4 ang reactions. Then we have to compare that with 2 times the number of joints. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we have 6 joints. So obviously, this is 12 equal to 12. Okay, 12 equal to 12. So that is equal, no? Determinate structure. Okay, this is determinate. Ang sagot natin dyan. Okay? How about this one? So, M plus R pa rin or R plus M. Bilangin natin yung number of members. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 members plus number of reactions. This is hinge 1, 2, and a roller 3 plus 3. Then we have to compare that with the number of joints. 2 times the number of joints. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that is 2 times 6. So this is 14. That is 14 uh, greater than 12. So pagka mas malaki, yung M plus R compared to 2 times the number of joints, that is indeterminate structure. Indeterminate. Terminate. Pero may kadugtong yan, class. So we have to tell the degree of indeterminacy. Kung gaano siya kataas, yung additional unknown. So to identify the degree of indeterminacy, ima-minus mo lang yung right minus left. Okay, so minus mo lang tong R plus M minus 2N. So that is 2. So 2 yung sagot dyan, no? 14 minus 12. Indeterminate to the, second to sagot mo dyan, to the second degree. And indeterminate to the second degree. How about this problem? Okay. Let's count the number of member. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 plus the number of reactions. So we have 1, 2, and then 3. 3 reactions, so supports. And then we have to equate that to 2 times the number of joints. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 2 times 7. So 2 times 7. So this is 15 greater than 14. So this is statically indeterminate. This is statically indeterminate to the first degree. First degree kasi 15 minus 40. Yan. Indeterminate to the first degree. Okay? So what's the purpose of degree of indeterminacy? So again, under statics, we can only solve those determinate structures. For unstable, lahat ng forces niyan sa member ay zero na kasi kokolapse lang yan eh. Okay, zero ang sagot mo, unstable. Okay? Then, if indeterminate, hindi mo masasolve mo na yan. Baka kasi sa exam, no, mabigyan kayo ng tanong na unstable pala at saka indeterminate, pinapahirapan yung sarili nyo mag-solve. Eh, hindi pa nga natin masosolve yung indeterminate. At para naman sa stable, wala kang isosolve dyan dahil magko-collapse lang yan. Hindi sila equilibrium. Ang masosolve nyo lang, class, ay determinate structure. Okay? So you have to take note of this formula, M plus R, and then 2N. Baka kasi ang pinapasolve nga lang sa inyo ay indeterminate. Okay? Indeterminate. So, dapat kasi determinate lang ang kaya natin. Okay? Hanapin nyo yung mga determinate structures. So I think we can now proceed with the method of joints since alam na natin tong preliminary analysis. Dapat class, determinate yung sinosolve mo and then para mabawasan yung unknowns, mabawasan yung hahanaping member forces, identify if it is zero force member. Okay? Check if it is zero force member. Anyway, before we solve, let me introduce to you to a simple supported trusses. Okay, a simply supported trusses is mainly used for roof. Okay, simply supported siya. Ang support niya sa kabila ay roller, sa kabila naman ay hinge. Okay, roller and a hinge support. So, why roller? Bakit hindi both hinge? Okay, roller support to class para 'di ba if that is a roller support, we allow the member to move horizontally. Yan, para maka-move siya horizontally. Really to move horizontally. And ang purpose niyan class, para hindi ito nagba-buckle. Kasi class, during the increment of heat, so the member, if especially for steel, it will elongate, no? Hahaba siya. Now, if it is constrained, if it is restrained dito, horizontally, so hindi siya makakahaba, ang tanging yung magagawa lang ng member mo ay mag-buckle. At we don't allow that for truss member to buckles. So, dapat straight lang sila. So, that's why this is simply supported roller and hinge. Para nakaka-move yung support doon. And ano yung meron sa isang simply supported truss? So, meron tayong tinatawag na bottom chord. So, this bottom chord, usually under tension. Kasi during analysis class, you have to identify the direction of the member forces. Halimbawa at joint P, so anong direction ng force nito? So since this is a bottom chord, that is a tension force. BC is also tension force. At joint C, tension to, tension din to. At joint D, ang member for CD ay tension. So lahat ng nasa bottom chord ay tension. Yan. How about ito? Ang tawag naman dito is top chord. Top chord, usually under compression. When you say compressive force towards the joint yan, as we try to analyze the method of joint, okay, or as we try to use method of joint, these forces are towards the joint, 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 and towards the joint. Yan. Kasi under compression, yung mga member dapat towards the joint. Next is etong member na 'to. Ito naman ay tinatawag na middle chords. We're not sure kung anong direction yan, whether it might be in tension or compression. We're not sure, no, kung ano ba talaga ang direction niyan ng force na yan. However, malalaman naman natin yan during the analysis. So uh, we will identify the direction of the force. Kasi ang final answer natin, let's say nahanap mo na yung member force, 400 kilonewton, so dapat may nakalagay diyan na tension or compression. Okay na ba? 500 kilonewton, our member AG is 400 kilonewton tension. Member AB is 500 kilonewton compression. Ganyan dapat ang final answer natin. Okay? Compression or tension. So kung tama ka nga dito, mali ka naman sa direction, mali pa rin yun. Dapat both are correct. Okay? So, but because the member forces must be analyzed properly if it is tension or compression. Kasi class, magkaiba ang design procedure ng isang tension force member at saka compressive force member. Sa steel design, magkaiba ang ina-analyze yan. Okay? So, magkaibang ide-design yan, tension at saka compression. Here the analysis of thrust using the method of joints. Here are the procedure. First is to solve for the support reactions. Pero yung unahin muna natin dito, class, yung degree of indeterminacy. Gusto ko isosolve nyo muna yung kung unstable ba siya, determinate, or indeterminate. Okay ba? Ang isolve nyo muna, class, solve muna si degree of indeterminacy, no? Okay, degree of indeterminacy. Okay, baka kasi matrap kayo. Sir, in determining the degree of indeterminacy, should we account for the zero force member or hindi na po? Hindi, hindi pa. So, dapat una muna si degree of indeterminacy. Wala siyang kinalaman pa, si zero force member. Okay? So, hindi pa. Hindi pa natin kukunin yung zero force member. Sagot ko ba? Tama ba yung sagot ko? Okay, so sige mamaya maintindihan natin yung process, no? So next is to solve the support reactions, then draw the free body diagram of each joint. Pero bago ka mag-drawing na free body diagram sa bawat joint, alamin mo muna, isingit mo dito. Dito mo isisingit, class. Okay, yung zero force member. Alamin mo kung sino yung mga zero force member bago ka mag-drawing ng mga free body diagram. Okay, para umonte yung mga forces at every joint. Okay? Then apply the equations of equilibrium. We can only use summing forces x and y, just like what we've done doon sa cable. Dalawa lang yung um dalawa lang yung equation na ginagamit natin sa cable, 'di ba? At every joint. Actually, ang tawag talaga doon, method of joint sa ginawa natin ng cable. We analyze every joint. Solve the unknown member forces and check the validity of the computed values. So let's start, no? Dito may note, it is safe to assume that the tension for all members for all directions are in tension. When say tension, away from the joint. Okay, so it is safe to assume daw. Pero class, ganito ang gagawin natin ha. For this discussion, tama na yung assumption natin. So we will just look no, doon sa structure. By summing forces vertical and horizontal, we can easily identify the direction of that force. Okay? So trust sample, let's say ito. Okay. Let's say we will try to draw the free body diagram of each joint. Okay. Of course, first is to solve the degree of indeterminacy. Dapat ang R plus M must be less than, or M plus R must be less than 2J. Okay. For this case, so R dito ay 3. Member dito ay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which is less than 2 times the number of joints. No, 2 times the number of joints. Or equal to dapat, sorry. Para determinate siya. Kasi nga pag unstable, no, wala tayong solve. Tigil na pag unstable. Pero pag greater than, tigil na rin. Kasi ang daming unknown doon. So, determinate lang ang solve natin. So, number of joints, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So, obviously, that is equal. 12 is equal to 12. Terminate to. Next is to identify the zero force member para mas umonte yung unknown. Okay. So, look for a joint na dalawa lang nakakonect. Okay. So, wala. So far, wala. Look for collinear member. Yung third one is 0. So, yan lang ang zero force member dito. And then you will now draw the free body diagram of each joint. Okay. So, how to draw the free body diagram of each joint? Let's say your support reaction mo dito ay upward. Okay, dito naman upward din. Yan, support reactions, draw the free body diagram. And then, the horizontal force mo dito is obviously equal to 0. Di ba dalawa yung reaction sa support ng A? Dahil hinge yan. Pero ito ay 0 na. Bakit 0 to? Bakit yung horizontal reaction dito ay 0, class? Ano kaya ang reason? Ano ba yung load natin? Di ba vertical force lang yan? Therefore, ang reaction mo, vertical lang. Wala kang horizontal. 0 na yan. Okay, ganito ang tamang pagdireksyon ng mga forces, class, at every joint. Okay, dito tayo mag-start ka doon yes, very good, no? Mag-start ka, class, doon sa joint na onti lang yung nakakonect at onti lang yung applied load. In this case, dito tayo sa point A. Tingnan nyo, class, so upward to. So, sino dapat ang kukontra dyan? Kung may upward ka na force, dapat may kukontra kang downward. So, ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng upward tong force na to. Hindi pwede siyang tension. Dapat siya ay compressive force. Okay? So, ibig sabihin ang members AF or ang member AF ay compressive force. So, dapat dito compressive din siya. Equal lang yung value niyan, class. Okay? Sige, dito tayo sa AB. Tingnan nyo, class, ito going to the left to. So, dapat may kukontra dyan na going to the right. At ito lang yun. At joint A, ito lang yun ang going to the right. Okay, so therefore, AB is a tension force. AB is a tension force. So, at joint B, dapat tension din siya. Palayo din yan. Okay? Equal lang yung dalawa na yan. So, dito medyo dalawa pa yung nag-act na force. So, pero tingnan natin yung magiging direction ng BE. Tingnan nyo, class. Madali ma-identify yung direction ni BE kasi horizontally, dalawa lang itong maglalaban. Ito at saka ito. Kasi, sorry, may isa pa pala. Meron pa pala na ito. So, wag muna tayo dyan. I think, skip muna natin tong part na to. Yung unti lang nakakonect. Dito kasi tatlo yung nakakonect na unknown pa yung direction. So, we start with the joint D. At joint D, tingnan natin yung direction nito. Kung pataas to, dapat may pababa dyan. O kontra. Again, ED is a compressive force towards the joint. Therefore, at joint E, dapat papunta sa joint na yan. Compressive force din. So, tingin naman tayo sa CD. So, dapat, kung may papunta ka sa right, itong ED, papunta yan sa right, yung component niya papunta dito. Okay? So, therefore, dapat si CD papunta sa left, or that is a tensile force. Tensile force. So, dapat ito ay tension din. CD is a tension. BC is a tension. Equal lang yan in magnitude. At joint C, ito yung kanina na collinear member. Kapag ka-collinear member yan, class, equal yung magiging value nito. Kung ano man yung value nito, class, dapat equal yan dito kung collinear sila. Okay, dalawa lang sila na member. So, this is tension BC. Tension BC din dapat siya dito. At joint E tayo, class. Okay, dalawa na lang kasi yung unknown dito at joint E. Tingnan nyo, class, no? At joint E, vertical tayo, no? Kung ito ay upward, dapat may kukontra sa kanyang downward. Itong EC, 0 na eh. So, dapat downward to. Diba? Downward dapat siya. Okay. So, tingnan nyo, class, at joint E. Ito, papunta sa left, papunta rin sa left ito. Okay, papunta sa left, papunta sa left. Therefore, itong FA, papunta dapat sa right. Para equilibrium. So, we are applying equilibrium here. Dapat nagkukontrahan yung mga force at every joint. Okay, so FE is compressive. So, dapat dito ay compressive din siya. Okay? So, BE is tension. Tension din dapat siya dito. Okay. AB is, wala pa, no? Pero dito malalaman natin yan sa point F. Tingnan natin. So, kung itong si AF ay upward, dapat may kukontra dyan na downward. So, FB is tension. Therefore, BF is also tension. Ayan. And these are the free body diagram of each joint. So kahit ganito na lang, class, yung free body diagram nyo na ipakita sa akin. No need to do this free body diagram. So kahit ganito na lang ang ipakita niya sa akin. Okay? Ganito na lang ang ipakita niya sa akin. No need to do this. Kasi dito na mismo tayo magsosolve. Hindi na natin i-isolate every joint. Okay? So, do you have any question for the free body diagram of each joint? So let's try to solve this problem number 1. Okay? Determine the force on each member of the truss shown. Indicate whether the members are in tension or compression. So lahat ito identify natin kung walang zero dyan. Ay, solve natin yan. Okay, before we solve, let's check kung solvable ba siya. Dapat determinate yung ating truss. Okay? So the formula again is R plus M. Okay, and you have to compare that with 2 times the number of joints. The reactions at the supports, dito sa roller isa, dito sa hinge ay dalawa. So reactions, tatlo. Member, ilan? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 members. Ilan yung joints? 1, 2, 3, and 4 joints. So therefore, this is 8, and this is also 8. 8 is equal to 8, and this is what type of structure? A determinate structure. And this is solvable. Okay, solve natin yan. Masasolve natin ito, class. Oh? And then, before we solve the support reactions, draw muna natin pala yung free body diagram ng reaction sa support. So, isa, ayan, may force yan dyan. Huwag muna natin ilagay yung direction, ha? Ayan na. Okay? So, ngayon, tingnan natin kung may zero force member. Meron ba? Okay, is there any case number 1 here? So, meron tayong joint na dalawa lang nakakonect. Unloaded ba yan? Meron yan. Itong vertical force. So, hindi pwede. Ito rin hindi, ito hindi, ito rin ay may dalawang joint na nako-connect or I mean may dalawang member na naka-connect sa isang joint pero loaded 'yan kasi may reaction 'yun diyan. Parang load din 'yun. Parang member din 'yun. So parang may apat na member ka diyan. A force or load is considered as member na rin. Para hindi ka nalilito. Ilang member meron doon. Yan i-consider mo na si force at saka reaction support na member. Para malaman mo kung ilan yung naka-connect sa joint B. Sa joint B, ilan naka-connect? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 kasama yung load. Parang ganun. Okay, so there are no zero force member. So solve or use method of joints to solve the unknown forces on each member. Okay, so first is to solve the reaction sa support. Unahin mo lagi yon, class. Okay. So unahin na natin tong CX. I mean, itong CX. So what do you think will be the direction of CX? Di ba, to solve the CX, we sum forces horizontal. So ano sa tingin nyo ang magiging uh, direction nito? Is it going to the left or going to the right? Dapat naglalaban lang yung mga force, ha? Kung meron ka papunta sa right na 600, dapat yung CX mo correct towards left, which is equal to what? Equal saan yan, class? Kita na natin yan, yung value niyan, equal sa 600 Newton. Very good, no? 600 Newton na yan. So, hindi ko na ipapakita yung sa aming forces horizontal is equal to 0. No? So, iiwasan na natin yung mahabang solution na yun. Basta nakita nyo na yung value niya, yun na yun. Okay? Basta pakita nyo lang yung direction niya. How about this AY? Ano kayang direction nito? So, para ma-solve yung AY, di ba nagsasum tayo ng moment dito? We can sum moment dito. Okay, tingnan yung ikot ng 400. Counterclockwise. Tingnan yung ikot ng 600. Counterclockwise. So, hindi pwedeng downward to. Kasi pag nag-downward siya, ang magiging ikot niya, counterclockwise din. Tama ba? Okay, so therefore, dapat ang ikot nito ay clockwise. Kasi itong dalawang force na to, may moment yan sa C. So ito, may moment din yan sa C na dapat upward siya. Yan, upward dapat siya. Okay, now, with some moment at C is equal to 0. So clockwise is positive. So AY is clockwise times the distance of 6 meters. And then yung 400 counterclockwise times the distance of 3 minus 600 times the distance of 4, and that is equal to 0. Okay, solving the value of AY. So we have 400. So we have 400 times 3. So plus 600 times 4. So over 600. Okay, AY is 600 newtons. Upward, no? Upward to, Yan. Ngayon si CY na lang ang kulang. What do you think will be the direction of CY? Of course, you will some forces vertical. What do you think will be the direction of this CY? Ito. Hindi na tayo dapat nag-assume class ha. Dapat nakikita na natin yung direction niya. So tingnan natin class. Itong 600 pataas. Itong 400 pababa. So kulang si 400 na lalabanan itong 600. Tulungan mo siya. Ng ilan? Ilan itutulong mo dito class? Para equilibrium. Ilan dapat to? Ilan ang tutulong mo sa 400 para malabanan yung 600 na pataas? Very good. That is 200 Newton. Hindi ko na isa-sum forces vertical is equal to 0. Kasi dito pa lang sa whole figure, kita mo na siya. Ganun lang class. Okay? So that's it, no? We now solve the reactions at the supports. Okay? So lipat lang natin dito Ito ay 600. Okay, ito ay downward 200. Okay. And then meron ka ditong 600 pataas. Yun. We now use method of joints to identify the member forces. Okay, method of joints. Again, we select the joint na onti lang yung nakakonect para madaling malaman yung direction ng force. Okay, yan ay sa joint A, dalawa lang ang nakakonect dito. Ganon din naman sa joint C, dalawa nakakonect. Okay, so doon na muna tayo sa joint A kasi isa lang yung force dito. Tignan natin yung value ng direction ng mga forces para madali tayong mag-equilibrium equations. Okay. So kung pataas to, dapat may kukontra diyang pababa. At sino lang ang kukontra dyan para pababang force? Di ba si AB yun? So therefore, ang direction nito ay pababa na. Tama? And that is compression or tension pag towards the joint. AB is a compression force. Very good, no? Okay? So this is your AB. Kung compression siya dito, class, dapat compression din yan dyan sa kabila. Equal lang yung magnitude nila. Okay, dito naman tayo sa AD. Ano kaya ang direction nito, class? Tingin nyo, ano magiging direction ng AD sa joint A? Joint A ka tumingin. To the left ba siya or to the right? Tignan natin tong force na to. Papunta saan to? Papunta siya sa left, di ba? So therefore, ang kalaban niya ay papunta sa right. Ayan. And that is a tension force. Di ba? Away from the joint is a tension force. Therefore, at joint D, that is also a tension force. Okay? So yan na. We can now select joint A. Doon muna tayo sa joint A. At joint A, ayan. So si 600, ang kalaban niya ay vertical component. So ganito na lang class gagawin ko, hindi na ako magaganyan. Is equal to 0, sulat ko yung mga force. Gagawin ko na lang ay i-equate ko yung pataas na force sa mga pababang force and yung papunta sa left, papunta sa right ay equal sa papunta sa left. So ganun lang gagawin ko equations para mas mabawasan yung nakasulat sa papel. Okay? Mas onti kasi yung nakasulat. Mas mabilis mag-solve. Okay? So 600, pataas siya. Okay, ika-counteract siya ng downward na force. Si AB yun. Pero vertical component ni AB ano ba yung vertical component niya? Tingnan natin yung slope na ito. Okay, this is 4, 3, and then 5. Okay, therefore, the vertical component is, this is 3, 4, 5, no? 3, 4, 5. Therefore, the vertical component is 4, 5. Okay? And then AB is equal to what? So, masasolve na natin ngayon si AB. Pakisolve ng AB. Answer is 750 newtons. Okay, 750 newtons. And ano nga yung direction niya, class? Is that compression or tension? Okay, very good. No, that is a compressive force. Ilagay natin dito, class. 750. Yan, para nakikita rin natin sa joint B na 750 rin 'to, itong force na 'to. Before we proceed with joint B, dito muna natin tapusin si joint A or tapusin muna natin si joint A. Meron pa tayong AD. So, si horizontal naman ang ating i-equate. Si going to the right na AD ay equal lang yan sa going to the left ng AB. 'Di ba? Si AB lang naman ay papunta sa left. Pero horizontal component yan, class. Horizontal component is 4750. Hindi, lagyan na natin yung value ng AB. Si AB ay 750. Okay? And dapat horizontal component, which is 3/5. Okay? So therefore, AD is equal to, yan, AD is equal to 450 Newton tension. Yan, tension siya dito. This is 450 newtons. So ilan na lang yung unknown? Isa, dalawa, tatlo na lang. Sa joint C tayo, class. Joint C tayo tumingin. Dalawa yung unknown na lang dito. Pero ito yung pinakamadali, class, no? Tingnan natin. At joint C, hindi na tayo dito mag-i-equal-equal eh. Tingnan nyo. Kung ito pababa, hindi na natin kailangan magsulat dyan eh. Okay, sa joint C may pababa tayong force. Dapat may kukontra dyan na mataas. Pataas dapat, di ba? So ito yon si CD. Okay, and dalawa lang naman silang nagka-counteract sa isa't isa. Therefore, member CD is a compression equal saan? Compression siya, no? Towards the joint. Equal saan yan? Dalawa lang naman silang force dyan. Ito pababa, dapat ito pataas. So, equal lang din yan sa 200 newtons. Okay? So, dalawa lang silang nag-act dyan vertically, vertically. So, by equilibrium, mababa ka na 200, may taas. May pataas ka na 200. So, sa joint D, this is a compressive force. Compressive din siya dyan. Okay? Dito naman tayo sa BC. What do you think will be the direction of this force? May 600 ka dito na going to the left. Therefore, ang BC mo ay going to the right. Dalawa lang sila, no, na acting on that axis. And they must be equal. So therefore, this is also 600. And that is a compressive force towards C. There should be also a compressive force towards B, na 600 newtons. So ang remaining na lang, class, ay BD. We can either use joint D or joint B. Kahit alin dyan sa dalawa. So, joint D na lang muna tayo. Nakagamit na natin, class, si joint C. Pero hindi na tayo nag-solve kasi kitang-kita naman na sa figure. Okay? Yung mga forces. Wala nang component na sinolve eh. So, doon naman na tayo sa joint D. Yan. Ito na lang yung unknown dyan sa joint B. Itong force na to. So, what do you think will be the direction of this force, class? Upward ba siya or downward? Upward or downward? Ano sa tingin nyo ang proper direction nito? Okay. Do you think will be the direction of this force? Okay, that is upward. Very good. Upward. Paano naging upward yan? Tingnan nyo itong 200, class. Pababa siya. So, dapat may kukontra dyan. May lalaban dito. So, hindi pwedeng downward to. Dalawa na silang downward. Hindi nagkakaroon ng equilibrium pag ganun, class. So, dapat may upward dito. Okay? So, yan yung value ng BD upward. So, equate lang natin by equilibrium. Sa aming forces vertical, upward forces or vertical forces. Si BD ay upward. Vertical component. Ang vertical component niya, ito ay ano rin, 4, 3, 5. Okay, ang vertical component niya ay 4, 5. Equal yan sa downward na force. Okay, dalawa lang sila acting vertically. Equal yan sa downward na force na 200. Therefore, BD, masosolve na natin ngayon, is equal to, BD is equal to 250 newtons. Okay. Is that tension or compression? BD, palayo sa joint. Is that tension or compression? That is tension. Okay. So, pag tension siya sa D, of course, tension din yan dito sa B. So, 250 Newton tension force. Lagay natin dito yung value ng force. 250. Yan, 250 newtons. So, nalaman na natin yung mga value ng forces on each member. Meron tayong AB, 750 newtons. Box lang natin. May AD, 450 newtons in tension. BD, okay, 250 newton in tension. And then, lagay na rin natin si BC dito. BC is 600 newton in compression to. Tapos CD, that is equal to 200 newtons in compression din. Okay, towards the joint, no? At joint C. Okay. So, pero, nagamit na natin yung tatlong joint or yung A, B, C, yung tatlong joint na yan, hindi pa natin nagagamit si B. Anong purpose ni B? Okay, dapat daanan natin lahat ng joint. Ang purpose niyan, class, is yung last step to check the validity of the computed values. Check natin kung valid ba yung na-solve natin. So, at joint B rather, we are going to perform saming horizontal and vertical forces. Equilibrium, two equilibrium equations, x and y. To check if valid, dapat kasi lahat ng upward equal sa downward at joint B, lahat ng going to the right, going to the left, equal sa left. Doon muna tayo sa saming vertical. Saming vertical, si 750 pataas. Okay, so 20 tayo. Saming vertical, 750 ay pataas. Vertical component, that is 4,500. Okay, pataas, siya lang yung pataas, equal dapat sa mga pababang force. Si 400, and then, si 250, pababa rin to si 250, which is a tension force din. Dapat vertical component ni 250, 4/5. And the left equation must be equal to the right side of the equation. So check lang natin, class, para valid yung sagot natin. Okay, para we are 100% sure na tama yung ginawa natin kanina, yung mga na-solve natin. So this is 600. Okay, equal yan sa, dapat 600 din yung kakalabasan ng kabila. 400 plus 250. So times 4/5. Equal yan sa 600 din. Therefore, tama yung ginawa natin. Okay, so pwede pa nating i-check saming forces, vertical pa lang to yung horizontal, how about the horizontal forces? Yung mga papunta sa right, 750. Okay, 3/5. Ano pa yung papunta sa right? Si 250 rin, papunta sa right. Papunta sa right to direction niya. Ito rin papunta sa right. Okay, 3/5 din. Must be equal to the force going to the left. Itong 600 going to the left. 600. So, equate lang natin. Okay, dapat equal to sa 600, 700 times 3/5. Okay, plus 250 times 3/5 equal sa, oops, mali. Summing forces horizontal. 750. Mali. Mali yung type ko. Okay, 600. So, tama. Okay, 600. Summing forces horizontal to, no? Equal to 600. So, check. Ngayon, pag hindi nag-equal yan, class, layo ng left sa right side of the equation, yung summing forces vertical and horizontal, meaning there's something wrong doon sa mga na-solve mo previously. You have to recheck it. So, dahil tama na yan, class, dahil na-check natin yung last joint, last joint mo class is pang check lang yan ng validity. Okay, so dapat daanan mo lahat ng joint class, ilista mo yung mga nagamit mo na joint, tsaka yung hindi pa. So dapat lahat daanan mo for method of joints, no? Kasi never kang magkakamali sa method of joints. Okay? So that's the answer, no, for this problem, the force in each member of the truss. We were able to identify if that is tension or compression without assuming. Hindi tayo nag-assume ng direction dito, class, ha? Lahat ng direction dyan ay tama lahat. Okay, wala nang assumption of the direction. Let's proceed to the next problem. Okay, so first thing to do is to identify the degree of indeterminacy, whether it is terminate, indeterminate, or unstable. So the formula is R plus M. Okay, and then you have to compare the two number of joints to N. The number of reactions here is 3. 1, 2, and then 3 reactions, so supports. So you have 3 reactions. The number of member here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 members. And the number of joints are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 joints. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 joints. So obviously, this is 14 is equal to 14. This is the determinate structure. So therefore, we can solve the member forces, okay, at each joint. Before we solve the member forces, let's check first yung mga zero force member. Okay? Check muna natin, or pwede rin naman mauna si reaction sa support. Okay? Pwede rin mauna si zero force member. It's up to you. Pwede namang palitan yung dalawa na yun. Pero unahin muna natin yung zero force member. Okay, ito reaction dito vertical. Ito ay unahin muna natin si reaction sa support. Mamaya na lang yung zero force member. Okay, so we have 700 going to the right. Therefore, yung EX natin, okay, is going to the left. 700 Newton. Kung gusto natin makuha si AY, mag-moment tayo sa E. Kasi may EY pa dito eh. Yan. Taking moment about E, what do you think should be the direction of AY? So ano dapat ang direction? Pag nagsumming moment ka sa E is equal to 0, para hindi na tayo nag-assume ng direction, no? Ano sa tingin nyo ang direction ng AY? Is it upward or downward? Para equilibrium. Para wala nang assumption na mali. Okay, what do you think will be the direction? AY should be, tingnan nyo yung ikot nito ha, papunta sa E. Counterclockwise. Okay, counter. So, hindi pwedeng mag-counterclockwise din sa AY kasi yun, dapat kontrahin tong counter eh. So, dapat siya ay upward para ang ikot niya ay clockwise. Yan, upward dapat siya. Okay, so we have AY multiply 2. 6. Okay, moment at E clockwise is positive. And then minus 700 times 4, and that is equal to 0. Therefore, AY is, let's solve the value of AY. AY is, okay, so that is equal to 466. Di, wala nang moment si 500 sa E. So AY is 466.667. So this is 466.667. Ngayon, question. What do you think will be the direction of EY? Okay, ano kaya ang direction nitong EY na to? Downward ba? Tingnan natin yung mga forces vertical. Upward, may downward. So, ano ba yung mga forces vertical? May 500 at saka 466. So, kulang si 466, tama ba? So, dapat tulungan natin yan. Okay, tulungan natin to ng another upward force dito. So, ilan dapat ang value ng EY? Okay, so by just looking, no, ilan ang idadagdag mo dito para lahat ng upward natin ay maging 500 din. Di ba? Kasi this is downward 500. So, ilan to, class? It's just simply 500 minus, ano ba? It's just simply 500 minus 466.667 pala to, no? 667. So, this is equal, EY is equal to what? Okay, 33.333. Yan, 33. 33.333 newtons. Okay? And these are the forces on each member. So, ayusin ko lang, no, para malinis. Yan. So, ito ay 466.667. Ito ay 700. Ayan. Going to the left. Tapos ito ay upward na 33.333. Okay? Now, before we draw the free body diagram, let us first identify the zero force member. Okay, zero force member. Draw the free body diagram of each joint, no? Kasi method of joint ang gamit natin. Okay, so do we have any case 1 here? Case 1 is, ano nga yung case 1 natin? Sabi sa case 1, two members meeting at unloaded joint. Meron bang case 1 dito sa problem na to? Two members meeting at a joint, unloaded joint. Hindi pwede ito kasi may load dito. Considered as load. Two member meeting at joint. Two member meeting at joint pero loaded yan. So far, wala tayong case 1. How about case 2? Case 2 is, okay, collinear members. Okay, may unloaded pa rin meeting at a joint and the third member is 0. So itong B na to, may collinear dyan. Forces. Meeting at unloaded joint and the third member must be equal to 0. Hanap pa tayo ng collinear members na meeting at a single joint and the third member is 0. Ito yung class, joint G, collinear ito. At my third member is 0. Joint C, collinear ito and the third member is 0. Third member na to hindi na to pang fourth member kasi ito 0 na. 0 na to. So, pangatlong member mo na lang siya ng collinear member na to. Okay? Joint F. May collinear dito at yung third member mo ay 0. Again, this is considered as third member dahil yung FC ay 0. Parang wala na siya sa drawing. Isipin mo na wala na siya sa drawing. So, wala na rin to sa figure. No? Isipin mo na wala tong nasa gitna na to. Okay? So, parang for aesthetic purposes lang siya kasi wala naman talaga siyang force na dinudulot. Okay? This is just for stability. Yung purpose niyan is for stability lang and para hindi siya maging unstable. Kasi may hinge ka dito eh. Ayan. Pero kung straight bar to, isang buong straight bar, you can just remove this. Okay, bars. And that's it, no? Yan lang naman yung mga zero force member. We can now proceed with analysis of or with identifying the force doon sa mga joint. Start tayo sa joint A kasi dalawang nakakonect dito. Si AG at AB. Okay, upward yung force dito. So umpisahan na natin dito. Ano dapat direksyon nito, ng force na 'to? So, it should be downward or upward? Kung may upward ka dito, it should be downward force. Yan, very good. Okay, kung ito ay dito naman tayo, ano kayang direksyon nito? Pupunta saan 'to? To the right, very good. So, ayan, nalaman na natin yung mga direksyon. Tingnan natin class, kung ito ay tension, tension din siya dito. Kung ito to the left, dapat ito to the right, naglalaban lang sila. Kung tension si BC, tension si BC, okay. Kung ito to the left, dalawa lang silang force, linear sila. Ito going to the right. 'Di ba, mabilis nating nalaman yung mga direksyon. Si CD ay tension, tension din siya dito. Yun. Okay, so dito, compression si AG, compression din siya dito. Collinear force sila, equal yan pag collinear force. Tandaan, no? Pag collinear force, equal. Pag dalawa lang sila nag-act. Okay, si GF, ito si GF, GF din to, towards F. Collinear sila, okay. So kung ito papunta sa up, ito downward. So ito ay compressive force sa F, compressive force din yan sa E. So yun ang dami agad natin nalaman ng mga direction na forces. So maya na natin yung iba. Doon muna tayo class sa um, at joint A. Okay, at joint A. Okay, so si 466 equal yan sa 466 upward force. Equal yan sa vertical component ni AG. So ano ba yung vertical component ni AG? Alamin muna natin yung slope. Tingnan na lang natin class yung buong length na to. Yung buong length niya ay, ang slope niyan is 4/6. Diba? Ang height nito is 4, ang length niya is 6. In lowest term, that is divide by 2, 2/3. So ito ay square root of, ano yan? Ang hypotenuse niya, square root of 13, tama ba? Square root of 13. Okay, by sa aming forces vertical to 466.667. 466.667. Si AG vertical component, we need 2 over square root of 13. So therefore, AG is equal to what? AG is 841, tama ba? 841.296. 296. Okay, 841.296. AG is 841.296. Newton, is that tension or compression? Okay, so towards the joint, ang direction niya, that is a compressive force. Newton, a compressive force. Okay, dito naman tayo. At joint A pa rin tayo. Sa aming forces horizontal, si AB going to the right. Okay? Si AG going to the left. 841.296. Pero horizontal component ang kailangan. So that is 3 over square root of 13. Horizontal component. Diba? Ni AG. Joint A pa rin tayo natin. So therefore, AB is equal to that is 700.001. I think this is 001 newtons. Is that tension or compression? Yung AB. Away from the joint, away from the joint, away from the joint. That is a tensile force. So this is 700.001 or 700 na lang. Sige, 001. At joint B, tingin tayo at joint B. Dalawa lang silang force na naglalaban and this is 700. Dapat 700 din to. Okay, at joint C, dalawa lang yan. This is 700.001. 700 din to. At joint D, tingnan nyo class. Dalawa lang silang naglalaban, 700 to, 700 din to. So we check. We were able to check no, na tama yung na-solve natin. Dito pa lang class nagkaroon na tayo ng checking eh. No? Okay, sa aming forces vertical, tingnan nyo class, ano kaya magiging direction nito? Zero na to parang tanggalin mo na yan sa figure mo. Okay, ano kaya direction nito class? Ni ED. ED must be upward, no? Up. Okay, or that is a tension force. No, tension force equal to what? Kitang-kita na natin yan dyan. Equal yan kanino? Sa 500 newtons. Okay, 500 yan. Sa upward. Okay, maala natin. 500 newtons. So, dito naman, downward siya sa pagdating dito, no? Kasi tension force is a downward force. Okay? So, ito na lang, GF. Collinear force to, yung GF at saka AG, and they must be equal. Dalawa lang silang nag-act dyan. 296. Sa F din ganun, dalawa lang silang nag-act. They must be equal. Ayun. So, nagamit na natin yung A, B, C, D, A, G, F. Si E na lang for checking. Gamitin natin si E for checking lang. Joint E. Joint E for checking. With some forces, vertical. Okay, some forces vertical. Lahat ng upward, yan ay si 33.333. Plus, isa pang upward, si 841.296. Pero vertical component, that is 2 over square root of 13, equal yan sa lahat ng downward, which is only 500. Dapat equal to class yung left and right side of the equation. 33 plus 241.296. 296 times times 2 over square root of 13 equal, oops, ba't mali? 33.33841. Yan, 500. Sakto, no? May konting discrepancy lang dahil siguro sa mga hindi nakastore na value. Pero at third decimal place, mag-equal yan. 500 is equal to 500. Sa aming forces vertical to How about the horizontal? Lahat ng going to the right, ito lang naman yan sa 841.296. Check na to, no? 4.296. This is just checking for the validity of your result. 841.24296. Horizontal component is 3 over square root of 13. That must be equal to the left, to the force going to the left, which is 700. Yan. So, 841.296 multiplied to 3 over square root of 13. 3 over square root of 13. 700.001. May konting discrepancy lang class, no? 700.001. Approximately equal to 700. Yan. So with this, we were able to identify the value of forces on each member. AG equal din to class. Pare-pares lang to, puro compression. Equal lang din to kay GF. Compressive force din naman si GF. And compressive force din si FE. Si AB equal din to sa BC. Compressive force din siya, no? Equal din siya sa CD. Compressive force. Sorry, ito pala. Dito pala dapat. Ito, si AB equal sa BC. Tension pala, sorry. Tension si BC. Tension din si CD. Yan. So, yun yung sagot natin. Okay, aside from that, also have member DE, which is equal to 0. 500. So, hindi na natin sinolve kanina yan, no? Kasi by just looking, no? By just looking at the structure, you can easily identify DA is 500 Newton in tension. Okay, tension siya. Salin pa, mga zero force member. Okay? So, si BG equal sa CG equal sa CF equal sa FB na equal sa 0. Yun. So, nalaman natin lahat ng member forces through method of joints. Okay. Yan. So, that's all no for method of sections. Thank you guys.